plan may be stretched to the limit because of the LA wildfires, and that could mean an assessment on all insured homeowners in the state.
A street improvement project set to be done next month, now on hold. Tonight, we're working for you as we hear from neighbors here in Mesa Mesa who have their concerns.
An elderly DoorDash delivery driver gets a special delivery of his own.
It's more than just a parade. How you can honor and celebrate Dr. King this weekend. Details coming up.
Meet the 2024 Sports Illustrated Kid of the Year, the 15-year-old with big-time game for giving.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now. More and more homeowners here in California are insured by the FAIR Plan after being canceled by mainstream insurance carriers, and they're paying higher rates because of it. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. As CBS 8's David Goffredson reports, the state's new insurance rules may result in all homeowners paying more because of the Los Angeles wildfires.
One of the major insurance carriers dropped her because we were what they call the burn scar area.
Tiffany Carter is concerned about her mother's insurance coverage after they lost their family home in the Eden fire.
It's the FAIR Plan insurance policy.
The FAIR Plan, insurance of last resort in California, provides basic fire coverage in high-risk areas where traditional insurance companies won't. Over the past 4 years, the number of homes covered by the FAIR Plan more than doubled as insurance carriers bailed out of California. According to the Office of California Senator Alex Padilla, the FAIR Plan had about $377 million available to pay claims as of last week, and nearly $6 billion in reinsurance available from outside companies that insure the FAIR Plan. Attorney Shant Karnikian explains.
The FAIR Plan is funded by private insurers that are required to fund it. And once the funds that are in there run out, the only place to replenish it from is from private insurers.
New state rules that went into effect last month say insurance companies will only have to pay the first $1 billion out of pocket in FAIR Plan claims before they can start adding surcharges to all of their customers in the state. A group called Consumer Watchdog has been critical of the new regulations.
If people are on the FAIR Plan, it's because the private insurance industry put them there by non-renewing or canceling policies. If this catastrophe is as bad as it seems it may be, and if many of those losses fall to the FAIR Plan, that could be a bill of $1,000 for every homeowner in the state or more.
But industry insiders say insurance reforms in California and the resulting higher rates is the price we pay for bringing insurance carriers back to the market.
If it weren't for those regulations happening before this loss, I think what we'd be seeing is a mass exodus of every carrier from the state because they would have no way of figuring out how to move forward from there.
We still don't know the total dollar amount of the claims that will be filed against the FAIR Plan because of the LA wildfires. The total damage is estimated to be in the tens of billions of dollars. David Goffredson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. Tonight, we're learning that the first evacuation orders for the Palisades fire came in 40 minutes after homes started burning, with traffic already gridlocked. That's according to a new analysis of emergency communications and interviews with survivors. The Palisades and Eaton fires have burned more urban areas of California than any other fire in the past 40 years. Now there's a new threat as the hillsides and fire-burned areas have become unstable due to lost vegetation and large water drops to fight those flames. Officials worry that a major rainfall event like an atmospheric river could do even more damage.
The infrastructure under thousands of homes have been compromised. And therefore, when the raindrops hit, it hits with more impact and it can displace the earth quicker, plus the root base can be compromised.
Overnight, fire crews made some progress on the fires, which saw little growth. The Palisades fire is now 31% contained, the Eaton fire 65% contained. The makers behind one product claim it can help prevent your home from being consumed by flames during a wildfire.
They call it the Mighty Firebreaker. This video shows a Christmas tree that has been treated with the product being hit by a blowtorch you see there at close range. As you can see, it doesn't catch fire. The company says that when you spray the product, which is EPA approved on wood or vegetation, that wood or vegetation won't ignite. but it's unclear exactly how well it would perform during a wildfire. San Diego Fire Rescue says it started to test Mighty Firebreaker last year in a few different parts of the city.
We're using it along the evacuation corridor, and we're studying and testing it to prove its effectiveness, and we would like to seek using it in a more broad scope if we can show that effectiveness.
As for how much it costs, it's not cheap. It's about $25,000 for a 2,500 square foot home, we're told. There are growing concerns tonight in Mesa Mesa over a stalled street improvement project. People who live in the area are reaching out to us after being told that the project is going to take much longer than expected. Our Jenny Day is working for you to get answers.
The issue for homeowners here on Mesa Mesa Boulevard and Parkdale Avenue is the timeline. They say that a temporary water line went in that does impact parking, and then work seemingly came to a stop 2 weeks ago.
No one cares what we're going through. This is a nightmare.
Robert Jenkins says good intentions, bad execution.
They have got the cart so far in front of the horse that it's ridiculous.
He was initially glad to hear improvements were being made to his bumpy drive, but what was supposed to take 2 months, he fears could now take years.
They're saying February of 25. I think 26 if you're lucky.
The city of San Diego hired Tri-Group Construction to repave the street's surface and sidewalks, but they say they discovered utility conflicts underneath the roadway, now significantly delaying the project. Linda Jenkins also lives on the block.
This has been since November, and we're clearly not anywhere near the end.
So now after the project started, it's now stopped, and there are growing concerns about water quality.
All the water lines then come off down the sidewalk.
Since the start of the new year, Robert, Linda, and about 30 other neighbors have been hooked up to an above-ground temporary water line.
Do I want to drink water out of a 20-year-old rusty hydrant? There are dozens of safety and health issues involved with this rinky-dink line.
They also say the pressure is down and the water coming out is hot because of the temporary tar covering and keeping the pipe in place.
You don't put the water line in until you got the green light to work.
This temporary tar that now fills the sidewalks and gutters has also eliminated parking spots in an already busy area with Challenger Middle and Salk Elementary nearby.
Nobody here can park in front of their house like they used to. They're all over.
So the project that was set to be complete at the end of February should now start then. The city says it'll take about 6 weeks. Working for you in Mesa Mesa, Jenny Day, CBS 8.
And if there's something you would like us to look into, you can email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com. We're celebrating the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in a big way this weekend. Sunday, San Diego's local chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity is coordinating the 43rd annual MLK Day Parade.
CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes will be there hosting again this year. And Kirsten, this is always much more than a parade. Tell us about the other ways that people can get out and get involved.
Yeah, it is so much more than a parade. And you know, San Diegans across the county started honoring Dr. King today, but on Sunday, hundreds of people are expected here along Harbor Drive for the big parade. Now, before the parade, you can get involved with a 5K, and then of course there's the parade. And while all of that is going on, there's also going to be the Harmony Health Festival, because we all know that Dr. King fought for equality, but one of those pillars of equality included health.
People will get to the promised land.
We know that health and equality were two things that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was very passionate about. The 5K run and Harmony Health Festival is bringing health and equality back into our communities.
Dr. Robert Walker is the president of the San Diego alumni chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the oldest black fraternity in the U.S., and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a member.
He went to Morehouse for undergrad, but he actually became an Alpha during grad school at Boston University. Many of his Alpha brothers were in jail with him and did the marches with him and was with him along the way.
Dr. Walker says the theme of the 43rd annual Martin Luther King Jr. Parade this year is "The Time Is Now," because as Dr. King said, The time is always right to do what is right. The 5K before the parade and the health festival were new last year, and they're back again this year because Dr. Walker says health is wealth.
Our communities need to be healthier, not just taking medication, but nutrition and education, and understand how much health affects our bodies. This year we have food trucks, we have many vendors who are giving you juices and trinkets and all the things to help alternative and healthy living, along with the big companies like UCSD and Rady's doing health screening. This weekend, even though it is fun, it's reminding them, again, health is important.
San Diego's annual Martin Luther King Jr. Parade is one of the largest of its kind in the country in honor of Dr. King, with local floats, marching bands, drill and cheer teams, churches, youth groups, peace groups, and even a familiar face or two. CBS 8 was there last year, so we know the sense of community runs deep. And there's so much purpose as we honor the life and legacy of Dr. King's fight for freedom.
In that same vein, we continue that fight for freedom, justice, equity, and equality, even in the healthcare spaces. Fighting for freedom is also fighting for healthcare.
Yeah, we are so excited to partner with Alpha Phi Alpha and every one of the organizations that are coming out on Sunday. Take a look at your screen. It's not too late to sign up for the 5K. It starts at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. The parade is going to roll at 11. And while you're out and about Sunday, you can take advantage of the Harmony Health Festival that also runs throughout the day Sunday from 9 until 4 at Waterfront Park. And again, I'm going to be hosting this year. The parade starts at 11, so I want you to come out and say hi. And don't forget, a lot of people are going to be out here, so please wear your jacket. It's expected to be cold, but it should be a lot of fun as we honor the life and legacy of Dr. King. Reporting for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Kirsten, you said you're hosting. You have to add you're hosting again. What was your favorite part from last year? You were involved then as well.
Okay, so, you know, whenever we have the King Parade out here, there's so much fun, there's so much community, but y'all, they shut down Harbor Drive, and it was one of the biggest cha-cha slides I've ever been a part of on the streets in downtown San Diego. I will never forget that moment, looking around, seeing a sea of people, all dancing to the music. It was so much fun, so I'm expecting that same energy, and you know I'm gonna bring it this year.
I love it. They close down the streets, everyone gets to celebrate. Thanks so much, Kirsten.
Yeah, keep moving because it's going to be chilly.
Yeah,
too.
keep you warm too.
The Supreme Court makes its decision on a TikTok ban. We'll explain what comes next, still ahead.
And the latest on the Israel-Hamas ceasefire as Israel's government votes on the deal.
Plus, how cold weather is impacting Monday's inauguration ceremony in Washington, D.C.
If you are going to go out for the parade, yes, it will be on the cool side, especially in the morning hours. A little chilly. Then you get to the afternoon, you got those widespread 60s. We're looking at the potential for some patchy frost across the inland valleys in the morning. Also talking about a pretty quiet weekend, but we are eyeing those Santa Ana winds for next week. Details are coming up.